So today's lesson is all about the body action in the backswing. A common fault I see with a lot of golfers is they have too much resistance in the backswing. They like to stay static. They think that's the way to swing the golf club. And certainly years ago, the philosophy from all coaches was to restrict in the backswing and power up in the downswing, if you like, in an explosive fashion. Now, we still want the explosive fashion in the downswing for sure, but we want a more resistance-free backswing. So we're going to talk about creating a gap in the backswing between your legs from a down the line visual perspective. Keep watching to learn how. Okay, so what we're looking at today is what we see with a lot of golfers is they think these knees should retain their flex throughout the whole backswing and stay very level with each other. So they get this kind of look to the backswing. They'll get an underturned or an overwound backswing, which means then there's very little to give on the way down. Now, what I'd like you to think about is letting this right leg straighten and lengthen, letting the left leg work down a little bit and creating a gap between your legs. Now, most good players create this gap. Now, the reason I say most is because there are some that don't. Now, the reason they might not create that gap is because they might have huge flexibility in their mid-spine and thoracic range to be able to not do it. And some of them might have a slightly shorter golf swing. So if it's very much short or parallel, and that's their desired look, then obviously there's going to be less of a gap. But for most golfers, I would love to see a gap between the knees. So if you take a club and put it here, thigh to hamstring, make a backswing, and get used to this feeling of pulling your trail hand to get your leg to work straighter as a feel. And this is slightly overdone it, or overdoing it rather, but we want to feel that that right pocket goes back as much as we can. And making the pelvis work correctly is key to helping your downswing. So if we make the right hip work up, pelvis work back towards target, that's going to allow me to turn and stay centered, and then be able to get basically a little bit more resistance as I start down, which is what we class as the X factor stretch, and then explode onto the golf ball with our max power. So we're looking for resistance free, some resistance obviously, increasing the resistance, and then exploding the resistance onto the golf ball. That would be the facete plan. So what I'd like you to do is make some exaggerated swings where you get your legs really working in kind of the Elvis fashion to start your swing, and then go ahead and try and hit one whilst doing that to the extreme. Let's try one. So really felt quite extreme, that for me. It felt quite nice, it felt a bit different, but it definitely was great as a drill. Got me feeling I was turning and moving in the correct way to complete my golf swing. So I hope you enjoyed that look at having the resistance-free backswing. For me, it's the way forward, it's the future. It's really going to help you make your turn and make sure you don't get sort of too left-sided at the top of your backswing, start down too sleepy and cut across the ball. It's also going to create more power, more speed. So those things are really going to help you going forward. If you did enjoy it, please click like and share the video. Also, please subscribe, follow me, and also click the notifications button. Post any comments or questions down below. I really welcome them to help drive the channel in a direction that's going to help improve your golf. Thank you for joining me today at the Forest of Arden. Hope to see you back here real soon.